Welcome back. Did you know that the Raleigh area has become a hotspot for big esports events? The Executive Vice President of Visit Raleigh, Loren is here to tell us all about it. And Loren, welcome to the show.
Yeah, great to meet you, Bill.
I used to be pretty good at esports, but I think I've aged out of it. Tell me about
the old Atari 2600.
Yeah, you see. Yes. And, but who would have thought? I mean, really, not that long ago, that people would sit around and watch other people play, in effect, video games.
Right.
So let's set the stage. What are we talking about here?
Well, we're talking about numerically, we're talking about billions of people and hundreds of millions of dollars. I think if you look at the global landscape of esports and defining esports as professional or amateur competition versus gaming, which would be just you and I sitting around a console having a good time. But when you look at the esports side of it, you're looking at over 2 billion, folks that play worldwide. 400 million are just watching and consuming over 8 billion hours of content. So numerically, there's a lot tied up in it in the global marketplace. Locally, when we started to look at the landscape, we released a major tourism destination strategic plan in 2018, and one of the things that we looked at is how do we grow tourism over the next 10 years. And the consultancy group that we worked with said, you really ought to be paying more attention to esports and what's going on not only in your marketplace, but regionally, nationally. When you look at the greater Raleigh landscape, you look at upwards of now 9 game publishers that are out there, the biggest being Epic, but Insomniac, Funcom, there's a variety of different games here. Ubisoft's got a presence here. So there's game publishers, and then there's endemic companies that are in the space, the Lenovo's of the world, who also set up platforms, PC consoles and things like that are able to play in the space. Factor in that, plus the 3 Tier 1 research universities that are here, along with our 2-year institution at Wake Tech that have game simulation and game development. It's kind of a perfect storm, and it was a opportunity to really kind of put Raleigh in a global space and really establish us as an esports hub for certainly the southeast part of the United States.
Well, let's talk about that. For folks who are living here and don't play the games, how does it impact them?
Well, I mean, I think, again, numerically you look at the number of people that play, and then you look at the companies that are here, you look at jobs, and it really is a big part of, tourism, economic development, and traditional economic development. And it's not just those that play it, it's those that are behind the scenes, it's the production work, it's the lighting, it's the rigging, it's what they refer to as shoutcasters versus broadcasters, it's the event management side. So there's a lot of jobs tied up in it, and as we started to kind of map the ecosystem of what was here, we quickly found that there was an opportunity to kind of set up a pipeline, literally coming through high school into 2-year, 4-year, teach, create, and get college age and high school age students ready for jobs in the space. So it's really an exciting upside for us. The events are one part of the overall strategy, and we've been very fortunate to bring in both national and international events into Raleigh, but we do also focus a lot on local and regional events as well. It's really about community in this space, and the fans and the players are very passionate about their games and the communities that evolve around them.
So for folks who haven't participated in it, I mean, even from a viewership point of view, I mean, these are pretty slick productions now if you tune in.
Oh, absolutely.
You're not just sitting watching a video game.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you look at the varying platforms, whether it's Twitch, whether it's YouTube, you can literally sit and watch gaming around the world. You get into a live event type of format, it becomes a little bit more of a different experience, but to watch it and consume it, very similar to going to a traditional ball and stick sporting event, sitting in a crowd and watching athletes compete. And again, the professionals consider themselves athletes. They're very established in their craft. They spend umpteen number of hours practicing, high reflex, high level of retention for the game, and have to really mind their nutrition and their physical fitness. So it's highly competitive, particularly when you've got purses that are $500,000 to $1 million on the line.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, what are some of the events that might be coming up that we should be aware of?
Yeah, so 22 was a great year. We kicked things off in April. We had our first event at the PNC Arena. It was the first time the PNC Arena held an arena event. That was through Electronic Artists. in a game called Apex Legends, and that went off quite successfully. That was only the second time they've held a championship in that game genre, and the first time that they did it live. Fast forward to last month, Epic Games, homegrown Epic Games out of Cary, North Carolina, got back to a live audience. First time they've done a championship for their Fortnite game since the major Fortnite World Cup in Arthur Ashe Stadium back in 2019. So that was super exciting and went off very well. And then literally next weekend at the Raleigh Convention Center, Activision Blizzard, West Coast-based global game publisher, is holding a competition around the game Call of Duty. So really exciting.
That, yep. That one I know.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And then as we move into 23, we're looking at another arena opportunity. We're also looking at our first major collegiate competition as well. So collegiate championship that could take place in the early stages of summer of 23.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
You must have a lot of fun.
It keeps me young.
Do you play?
I play a little bit, but I'm really passionate about obviously the growing space, event curation, tourism, economic development, and again the global reach to be able to sit and watch a live event, but know that some of these events are hitting 10, 15, 16 million global impressions, 6 million hours of content. Raleigh, North Carolina is mentioned frequently in the broadcast. That is not reach that we have through traditional means, through a traditional media buy. So that's what gets me really excited when you start to look at what we're putting out there in the global space from a brand impression of what Raleigh's doing in the space. So super exciting.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely.
I learned a lot. I appreciate it.
All righty.
All right, stay right where you are because we'll be back and discuss more 2023 can't miss events